about this map is each side has such great strengths and weaknesses. So if you're able to exploit those weaknesses and work those strengths to your advantage on both sides, then you're definitely going to come out on top. So the game is getting underway. We saw as Tricked took the knife round from Rude Bunch, so they are going to start on that CT side, and the pistol round is beginning. So whoever takes this one is going to be at or whoever takes pistol round is going to be at a bit of an advantage early on. So we'll see who's able to pull it off. And I'm going to have to. Did he change his name? No, still King of Hungary. So I'm going to have to remember that as RML for this cast. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. But early on, we see as the bomb decides to make a quick underpass rush. You don't see that very often starting off in a pistol round here, but Photo watching to see if anybody's going to step through connector there, and he's forced to back up. Put some great damage down onto Triggy, though. Triggy down to 20 health as the team begins to rotate towards B. They saw the bomb make its way towards Cat. Interesting little zigzag start that they had there. A great headshot from Photo, though, backing up on site, and a second. Not quite able to get that third kill, though. Coutinho's able to take it from him as he backs around from sight. He's going to be coming up against a very low Mel Gabson right now. With one shot, he's able to drop him. And the bomb doesn't get the plant down. Triggy and Coutinho. Triggy actually coming up from behind, taking Ninini off guard there. And it's going to be a 2v1 now. Coutinho with a great headshot to end the round against the King of Hungary. And first round's going to be going to Rude Bunch. And that's going to be pretty rough start for Tricked here.
Against the King of Hungary. Yeah, I mean, so funny. But, I mean, it was a chaotic round. They went for some kind of mid control and then went up to the underpass, up to the short, and very long exchanges, and people missed so many shots. And at the end, that kind of close combat from the terrorists with that Glocks kind of prevailed at the end, and that's what won them the round. Even though they had low HP at the end, Triggy was in a nice spot, flanking them and killed the guy in the kitchen. And the last guy went for that one. For that kill, but close range combat with Glock 9s is not gonna go in your favor every time. So nice start for RB, and
look at the buy-up on Tricked right now.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I was saying, look at the buy-up on Tricked right now. It's really
they have 4 Deagles. 3 Deagles.
Well, 4 Deagles, full body armor. I mean, they're really pushing to take this second round in their favor. And I mean, if they do, obviously, it's going to be a huge deal, as Rude Bunch will be put right back down to ecoing. But it's a really risky
but if they lose this one, that's gonna mean no AWP on that middle guy, and that's gonna be a problem.
Exactly. It's a big risk that they're taking here, but if they can pull it off, it's going to be great work for them. So, Triggy does get picked up. He's not able to get that bomb plant down, and they do attempt to smoke off the site here, but Dimke coming from connector, able to pick up the kill onto RML as Mel Gabson jumps up, gets 1 kill with his Deagle before being picked up himself. It's now a 1v2. And Foda coming up and above, Tricked able to take this second round. The risk paid off for them, as Rude Bunch is going to be forced right back down into ecoing, and Tricked is going to be able to get, well, they're going to be able to go at least for a pretty impressive buy here.
Yeah, I mean, just a terrible execution from the teams. I mean, if you're going to go for that SMG and armor, just buy a smoke or Molotov and just Molotov the spots that you can reach and try to force somebody out of that spot, and then go all together. And they just were kind of too spread, too slow, and the first guy was picked up, and then no smokes in the connector, no smokes on the stairs, no smokes on that CT spawn, and it was a terrible round overall for them. And now they're pushing B side, and if they manage to pick up Bali, it's gonna be good for them, but if he stays alive and kills somebody, it's gonna be a problem. Exactly. Even though they planted the bomb, they are not in a very good situation now, because Bali is still alive behind that bench.
Oh man, these headshots coming from Mel Gabson with that SSG, though. He's doing some real work. Bali with the kill there as well. On site, last man picked up, and Tricked takes this third round. Man, Mel Gabson, he is just really stepping it up for his team. You see the King of Hungary's finger slip there, but they do get the defuse. Mel Gabson already sitting at 4 kills, right up there with Foda, and great scouting there from Gabson.
Yeah, I mean, they went for that B push, but nobody was flanking. Nobody went for some kind of information play. They were kind of stuck behind that smoke, and they really didn't get any positions. And like you said, Mel Gabson with that 2 scout shots really decided that round at the end. But even if he missed, I think it would be an easy round for Rude Bunch as well. So now they're pushing middle. RML knows they're ecoing and he's kind of pushing for that frags with that Galil, and he now knows there is nobody on middle and underpass, and he will rotate to A, and it's gonna be a slaughterhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to push through this defense right now. And they're going to try to. Mel Gabson with a great flick there with 2 quick kills with that op, able to pick up the third as well. He's going to be a very big brick wall for Rude Bunch to break through if they want to get any sort of lead against Tricked here. Tricked doing a great job so far of holding off Rude Bunch, but now that they've got these AKs in hand, we'll see if they can continue this pressure or if Rude Bunch is going to be able to get a second win under their belt.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what are they going to do there. It seems like they're going for that A attack and nobody is going on middle. Let me check if they smoked middle. Yeah, they kind of smoked middle, but nobody is showing, and they're going for that A push. And look at the Bali, he's up in apartments, and if this smoke clears, he'll probably push. But it's nice timing to attack A side, and if they manage to kill first guy, it will be around for them, but already 4 people on A.
Yeah, they've got a strong defense to get through if they want to make this work. Mel Gabson watching through that smoke, not quite able to get that pick, but he is able to on the second one through the box, actually, picking up Coutinho as Triggy backs up, trying to put that AK to use. He's able to get the kill onto Ninini before being picked up by Foda. So Mel Gabson stepping up on stairs, misses his op shot, unfortunately, but picks up the second, and then the last man picked up over near A ramp. And again, Trick taking that 4th round with 3 members surviving, so their economy is about to start skyrocketing now.
The problem with this round, they throw smoke on the middle and nobody shows on middle, and the guy just rotated to A, and there was a big gap in that connector smoke. So Mel Gabson picked up the first guy, and it was a slow bomb plant. He didn't actually plant the bomb at all. And if you use your smokes and smoke off and cut off CTs, just use that and plant the bomb, get some better positions, because if you don't do that, actually they will just throw smokes, counter smokes, flashes and molotovs, and actually destroy you and retake the site easily.
Yeah, and RML got a little aggressive there. He's the first one to drop, but Mel Gabson from mid, holding it off as well as he can, picks up Holmes, and then Triggy pushing out through A ramp. I mean, that looked really unorganized to me.
It looked really terrible to me.
Yeah,
They managed to pick 2 kills, and now they're full again, and I'm interested to see if they're gonna buy AWP. So no AWP again, and they should really go for that mid control, and looks like they're going with 1 guy flanking on A. And they need to throw some kind of smokes, but CTs are pushing, and this could be like a big battle on middle, and they are defensive, and terrorists should win this battle. Yeah,
they're able to get to 1 kill, but then 2 quick picks as the I'm sorry, as the counter-terrorists are able to take the advantage there. Rude Bunch just not able to contend with those gun battles, unfortunately. Foda throwing that grenade is going to put down a little bit of damage on Triggy, just a little tickle there, but Coutinho is going to respond with one of his own, bringing Foda down to 62 health as they bring the bomb back through T-spawn. It's a 3v4. Nini, though, waiting for anybody to peek out on site and gets exactly what he hoped for as Untouched drops. Without the bomb being spotted, though, 2 members of Tricked are still holding over towards B site, but now that those smokes are coming down, actually, I'm sorry, that was a drop from Tricked over in Palace to make sure that nobody can peek out there, but they will get the first pick over on A-ramp. No, the shot is actually missed from Mel Gabson, and Coutinho sitting on A stairs right now, or A-ramp, whichever you'd like to call it, is gonna... He's going to have to stay there. And I mean, he's trapped right now. He knows that Mel Gabson has those op crosshairs out, but Triggy clears the way for him, says that Mel Gabson isn't there, and a great entry frag from Coutinho, and he's able to get the second onto Mel Gabson before Gabson can pick him up with that op. So far, a great entrance from the terrorist, but Foda over from jungle gets the kill onto Triggy, and then the last grenade is going to... Oh, it's actually going to miss Coutinho down to 1 health right now. If he can be fast enough on that trigger, he can win this round, but he's not. Bali able to pick up that last kill on Coutinho. A much closer round than I expected it to be.
Yeah, Coutinho made some great individual plays, but it wasn't enough. I mean, the problem in this round was, okay, they lost middle. And there were 3 guys pushing middle. 1 back in the window, 2 up front. And even though they lost 2 guys and killed 1, they got the information there is only 1 guy on B and 1 guy on A, and Untouched was really, really slow coming outside of that apartments. And when you know there is one guy on A, he needs to watch like apartments and ramp, and he can do both. He cannot do both, and you need to go for that one-on-one duel and actually try to win the site for your team. And he was too slow, and it was a bad reaction from him. And now they're just forcing up through apartments, which is not really working for them, even though they have 3-2. So.
That didn't work at all. And they've got the bomb over on A site right now. It's not in anybody's hands, but Untouched is on that site, and it's not really known that he's there. Ninini, I think, knows that somebody's on site, just doesn't quite know where. So if he's able to fire through that box, then he'll actually probably be able to get some damage on Untouched, but he himself is down to 5 health right now, so he's going to have to be very careful. And the great flick from Untouched, picking him up. Mel Gapson ready, though, for any show of the head from Untouched, and Untouched actually gets picked up from the Deagle of Mel Gapson, his hand scout, if you will. So a Trick taking that 7th round, putting their lead that much further. Rude Bunch, man, they've got to step this up if they want to pull this lead.
Definitely. I mean, they need to go for that middle control because they're relieving every part of the map to the CTs, and it's not the way to go on this map. They tried it once with a defensive setup, and it didn't pay it off because there was a slow reaction and they lost a couple of duels, and they're kind of looking scared and not going for the middle, but they really should smoke that window, smoke connector, and try to get some better position and go split the sides.
Exactly, and they're actually gonna smoke off B site right now and make their way on with that. Clistinho sees Ninini peeking, trying to catch somebody out there. Dimkey, though, watching for that rotate, catches the King of Hungary off guard. RML dropping right outside of apartments, and they are calling for the pause now as Rude Bunch actually finishes up that round.
I mean, even if he didn't, that would be a round for Rude Bunch. It was a nice call because they recognized the guy on the B side. I think it's Bali, and he's kind of saving his smoke. He's not throwing it immediately, and they just walk up to him, and when he threw smoke, they just ran through that smoke and just killed him. And the second guy was close up short, and he didn't manage to kill anybody. They picked him up. The third guy just went up fast from the kitchen, and he got picked up, and it was an easy round for Rude Bunch. So it was a nice call to push, to recognize that the guy on the B is saving smoke and just push through that and use that in your advantage. And now it's not looking good for the CTs. They don't have so much money because they lost so many players in the previous rounds, and if Rude Bunch managed to pick up this round, they'll be back in the game again.
Exactly. That's what they're going to need to do. I mean, if right now they certainly aren't out of this game. I mean, this is a decently CT sided map. So if they can pull 6 wins on T side here, which I mean, obviously that's a long ways away for them, so they're going to have to work their butts off for it. But if they can pull that 6-win first half, then their second half, I'm sorry, I don't know what was wrong with my brain for a second there. I stuttered horribly. Their second half is going to be a lot more comfortable for them to start off with. So they're going to go for an A push here, and with these smokes, getting ready to throw them at 130, which is usually a typical time for an A site take. They're going to get CT smoked off just right here, and as they push their way onto site, it's going to be a mostly empty site for them. But Ninini is going to get the first kill onto Untouched. Clistinho responds with a kill of his own, but then RML saying that he's going to make a presence here too. So Holmes trying his best to keep anyone who's coming through Connector or Jungle held off with those flashes. And the op of Mel Gapson right now coming from around CT, and we'll see if he's able to put some work on. They know that there's someone back near CT right now, but you know what? Bali's going to take care of Triggy. Last man standing is going to be Holmes over near Tetris, but he gets picked up by Foda, and that's going to be an 8th round win.
I mean, when you're in this kind of position and you planted the bomb and you have man disadvantage, no grenades left, I mean, you need to go for some kind of aggressive play, some kind of a pick, just to disturb the CT's retake and try to even things out. They went and defensively, ultra defensively, and they just were in the default spots. And every player's crosshair goes immediately to that spot when they're retaking this site, and they didn't get a chance to win this round. And they're full again, which is a good thing for them. But 8-2, if they lose this round, it's gonna probably mean it's gonna be 10-2, and the momentum is again back on the tricked side. So important round now.
Very important for Rude Bunch. They do take that mid control, and then they
Yeah.
smoke off Cat, so they've got that working in their favor right now, but they're going to have to do something with it right now. Those smokes slowly fading, but Triggy picking up Foda can put Rude Bunch in the position that they need to be right now. But right now, we were also watching as Untouched tries to see if anybody's going to be rotating from A site, trying to take someone off, or trying to catch someone off guard there, but the bomb is going to be decidedly pushing towards B, slowly but surely, and Untouched...
Gamble. Wow, they're gambling on B side, and they can actually guess this right, but Untouched needs to go for some kind of information.
Yeah, he's staring at an empty field of nothingness right now, just waiting to see if anyone's sticking around on A site. And I mean, he'll get just what he's looking for, but he'd be a lot more useful if he were pushing with his team. But lucky, well, man, unless Mel Gibson has something to say about it, he does get picked up. But man, the King of Hungary, RML, taking out 2 members, holding this B site very securely. Now it's a 1v2, but that grenade's going to bring Holmes down to 11 health. So RML, if he's quick on that trigger, can pick up both members here, and we'll see if he's got the clutch in him. Unfortunately, he doesn't. Holmes picking up RML, taking that 3rd round in favor of Rude Bunch. Won't get that plant down, but that's a very, very big win for Rude Bunch.
How could this even happen? Because they had 3 players on B side, and first 2 players got picked up, not killing anybody. And then RML kind of picked up those 2 kills, and he had a chance to actually clutch this, but at the end he was outplayed by the Rude Bunch players. And strange round overall. I mean, I have to say it was a very, very strange round.
Man, that dig through the head, through the wall from Nini, and through the smoke. A great first pick there, but Costinho responding by taking out Foda and Bali. 4v3 right now in favor of Rude Bunch. They're tricked deciding to put 1 man on B, 1 man A, and then 1 man mid, going for as much of an information read as they can manage here early on. So they have no idea where the bomb is, and it's currently sitting back in T-spawn with 3 members with it, making their way towards A site. Untouched, pushing ahead through Palace to make sure that the site's as clear as possible. Mel Gabson's going to be sitting back in the back edge of site with his deagle, his hand op, and we'll see if he's able to put that to use as Untouched pushes out of Palace. And right now the bomb. Go ahead.
They're pushing into the right side, and they just need to kill the first guy and not confuse themselves with some kind of a crazy plays.
Exactly.
And that's it, 1 for 1. It's a decent trade, and because the last guy is very, very far away, and he gets picked off, and it should be around for a bunch. And most importantly, after this, TTs are gonna go eco, and there is another chance for Rude Bunch to take the round and maybe finish this half with even 6 or 7 rounds, if they're lucky.
Yeah, and again, Tricked is they're finding themselves in these positions like we just saw with with this round and the last round, I should say, where they should win. There's no reason for them not to win these. But
they went for the info play on B site, and it didn't work out. You can see the bodies of the CTs up in the apartments.
Exactly.
And it didn't pay out because they got killed, and after that, it was a nice call to gather up for the terrorists, and they exchanged it 1 for 1 at that entrance, and they finished the round. And now they have one M4 and 4 pistols, so there is still chance for Trick to win this round if Mel Gibson does something really amazing in this round. But RML, wow.
Yeah, RML may actually be the guy to do that, getting very aggressive with that P250. I'm sorry, yeah, with that P250, getting an AK in his hands as well. Dimkey is pushing out onto site, but Mel Gabson trying to do everything he can to stop that. However, Triggy and Dimkey working very well together. Foda with that first great kill before he's picked up over in Sandwich, and RML is going to save that AK right now, and that's going to be the best move. I mean, he's down to 12 health against Untouched and Triggy. It's not very likely that he'll get that kill, so it's going to be standing back over towards T entrance to apartments, and yeah, it's going to be a 5th round for Rude Bunch.
Yeah, well, they almost lost it because it was a mistake by Holmes, I think, up in the A apartments. Because when you're facing CT pistols, I mean, like P250s, whatever, they can actually do 2 things. They can stack up some site and risk it, or go aggressive. There is no third option. I mean, the third option should be like default setup, but that doesn't really help you as a CT. So the remaining options are go aggressive somewhere and stack up some sites. So you need to go at the start of the round. You actually need to wait something and then decide. Wait for the information and then decide where you want to go. Not rush into things.
But a good opening pick there from Mel Gabson before Foda drops as well. So it's a 4v4 right now. Gabson leaving that window room to take his op elsewhere where it might be of more use. The bomb was mid, but they gave up mid control to make another rotate over towards A right now. But they're going to be coming up against 3 members of Tricks, so unfortunately for them, they're going to have a pretty sturdy defense to break through if they want to get onto this site.
Maybe if they smoke it off, maybe they can actually penetrate the site, but if they continue just going like this, Mel Gabson should really pick up that first kill, and after that it's going to be difficult, yeah. And now it's the problem.
Yeah, and he does get that first one. I don't know why they had the smokes. I don't know why they didn't get those smokes down. Nini with the 2K and Mel Gabson finishing it off. I mean, why enter the site so naked like that without the defense, especially if they knew that all of the Trick members were sitting behind perfectly smokable areas. So,
well, the only logical thing would be they thought the AWP was in the window room or maybe in a connector watching middle, so they kind of wanted to surprise the rifles and try to pick somebody off, but the sniper was in the whole different position, the deadliest position for the terrorists that it can be if you don't smoke it. And after that first kill, it fall apart because they got the information, they got a setup crossfire, and they won the round.
And they're going to make their way towards B now. They're only going to be coming against 2 members, but RML, look how aggressive he is right now, all the way coming up behind them from apartments. We'll see if he's able to put that positioning to use. Foda with 2 great kills, and he's going to be able to pick up the 3rd. Can he get the 4th? No, he gets dropped by Dimkey finally, but the last man standing is going to have his work cut out for him, and he looks up